Grade 7 Biology, Respiration in Organisms, Module 2. Objectives: to define breathing, to understand the process of breathing, to illustrate the mechanism of breathing. Breathing. It's a process in which air rich in oxygen is taken inside and air rich in carbon dioxide is given out with the help of respiratory organs. Thus, breathing involves two steps which take place alternately. They are inhalation and exhalation. Let us do an activity. Holding breath. Close your nostrils and mouth tightly and look at a watch. Note down the time for which you could hold your breath. We will soon start feeling uneasy and cannot hold our breath for even 1 minute. Breathing rate. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as breathing rate. An adult human being can inhale and exhale 15 to 18 times in a minute. It's the average breathing rate of an adult human being. The breathing rate of a person is not always constant. It changes according to the oxygen requirement of the body. Breathing rate is somewhat faster in women than in men and in children. It is higher than adults. Breathing rate is slowest while sleeping, while maximum during heavy exercise. Increased breathing rate provides a greater amount of air entry into the lungs. Hence, blood can absorb oxygen at a faster rate. Faster breathing supplies more oxygen to the body cell for producing more energy required for heavy exercises. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase to 25 times per minute. Because of this, food gets broken down at a faster rate and thus make us feel hungry. How do we breathe? The mechanism of breathing can be understood by the following points. Normally, we take in air through our nostrils. When we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, the air reaches our lungs through the windpipe. Lungs are present in the chest cavity. This cavity is surrounded by ribs on the sides. Large muscular sheet called a diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. Breathing in or inhalation. When we breathe air in or inhale, two processes occur together. That is, the muscles between the ribs contract, causing the rib cage to move upward and outward, while the diaphragm contracts and moves downwards. This upward and downward movements of rib cage and diaphragm respectively increases the space in the chest cavity and makes it larger. As the chest cavity becomes larger, it sucks air from outside the lungs and lungs get filled up with air and expand. Breathing out or exhalation. When we breathe air out or exhale, the reverse process takes place. That is, the muscles of the ribs release, causing the rib cage to move downward and inward, while diaphragm releases and moves upward. This downward movement of the rib cage and upward movement of diaphragm decreases the space in our chest cavity and makes it smaller. When the chest cavity becomes smaller, the air is pushed out of the lungs.